She's making history as the first black woman on a major party presidential ticket.
She's a kind-hearted person. She's incredibly thoughtful about policy, and people just love her. They connect with her.
But will Kamala Harris make a difference with Texas voters? The impact she could have on a tight race in Texas. COVID-19 cases are keeping some Texas childcare centers closed, while owners and parents worry some of them will never open their doors again.
Those phone lines may be busy, but it's not impossible to get through. I know it seems like it for some of those people that are trying to call and get through.
5 months into the pandemic, people who need help tell our investigators they're still having trouble reaching the Texas Workforce Commission. Hello, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle, and today I'm joining you from downtown Austin, just outside the building that houses the Texas Workforce Commission. Since mid-March, the TWC has helped millions of Texans and paid out about $24 billion in unemployment. But many Texans still can't get through to the TWC, so our investigator Jody Barr stepped in to help.
Well, Josh, we did that by delivering a list of 111 names to the TWC, names of unemployed Texans who are desperately trying to get through to get the TWC to answer their calls.
So I applied March 29th.
And every day since, Ashley Green's waited.
I thought it would probably take a couple of weeks to get everything sorted. I figured I would probably have to answer some questions with the Texas Workforce Commission and then everything would be fine. And I never heard from anyone.
She spent 2 months unemployed. She spent her tax refund and racked up credit card debt just to survive.
It's still showing that Texas Workforce Commission is reviewing my claim to determine if I can be paid benefits. And it even shows here, benefits paid to date, 0. Absolutely nothing.
In May, the TWC director told us he was using a call center to make outbound calls to people who still needed help.
And anybody else, by the way, Jody, if you don't mind, that you can share with us that you're aware of will help us with some of the outbound calling that we have. Because again, our goal is to push the funds out because we recognize it's a lifeline.
We gathered all our tips and got permission from those viewers to send their details in a list of 111 names, phone numbers, and email addresses to the TWC. We confirmed the TWC called 51 of the people on the list. We also confirmed more than a dozen said they never heard a word from the agency.
What were you all able to do with that list?
I won't be able to comment on that. The information you sent us was provided to Unemployment Insurance Services.
The TWC spokesman told us the agency could not talk about specific cases, citing federal privacy laws.
For people still today to say that they were not contacted, why would that happen?
I won't be able to speak on behalf of people who were not contacted or feel as though they were not contacted. It's not our normal system to have news agencies provide us list of information, people's information for us to follow through with them. It's just not part of our system.
We're still seeing a rather large number of people contacting us still saying that they're having trouble with the call centers that are open, with the 1,000+ call takers, the extended hours, a 7-day-a-week operation. Why would people still be having trouble today getting a phone call answered by the TWC?
We still are receiving a large number of calls each day. Those calls are generally not a quick yes, no, check a box, and it's all done.
Thank you for calling the Texas Workforce Commission.
And after hundreds of calls, Ashley Green says she just gave up.
I got an email.
Roxanne Muller never got a call either after she missed filing a payment request.
By 5 minutes. I spent Sunday evening, Monday, and Tuesday just on speed dial and called over 4,000 times.
And what?
Never got through.
Muller says she too gave up the day after we sent the list.
July 21st.
The TWC emailed her and reactivated payments.
Oh, it wouldn't have gotten taken care of if y'all didn't contact them for me. It was lost. I was just counting it off.
With this report, that's what we want to be able to tell the public is, if you are in this position We have done what we could do to help you all reach these people. They're doing everything they can to get through to you all. If they are in this position, what in the world are their options that they could take care of this today and help you all help them get these benefits that they so desperately need?
So our goal is to help everyone that applies for unemployment insurance. If they're eligible for benefits, they will receive them. So it's unfortunate that some people are running into some delays, some issues. In general, our goal is to pay as quickly as we can.
Is this your last hope to be heard?
Yes, it is. I can't get through to anyone else. My state rep doesn't seem to care about the people that she represents. So I am hoping that you guys can help me and help the other people that are in the same situation that I am.
A bit of good news for Ashley Green, though. The day after our interview, the TWC deposited her unemployment checks into her bank account. But you know, Josh, this appears to be much worse than we originally knew when this report aired. Since this report aired, more than 100 unemployed Texans have emailed us, and each of those emails detail thousands of unsuccessful attempts to get through on the phone lines here to the TWC.
And Jody, it seems like the bulk of those are people having problems not being able to get through on the phone.
Yeah, every single one details that specific problem. But you know, we did hear success stories dealing with the agency's online systems to file for those benefits in the first place. But we're told payments are stopped for no reason in some cases, and others, some see approvals in their accounts, but the payments never show up. Those people are then forced to call the TWC and tell me even after thousands of calls in some cases, they're never able to reach the TWC.
I know you reached out to the governor's office because he has direct oversight over TWC. Are you hearing anything back yet?
Not a word. We called the press office, and we also sent an email asking for an interview with Governor Greg Abbott so he can explain how the state can help these unemployed Texans. But as of today, Josh, we still have not heard a word from the governor's office.
All right. Investigator Jody Barr, thank you very much. And we're serious about helping people who've lost jobs during this pandemic. You can find our complete coverage with this story in the Texas Politics section of your station's website. Not only can you tell us about your issue, but we have links to help you fill out claims, appeal claims, and even information on employee rights and laws. President Trump put states on the hook to provide more money for unemployment benefits. What this could mean for Texans struggling to pay the bills because of lost jobs. Child care centers closed due to COVID-19. Many are back in business, why advocates worry some will never open their doors again.